an eastern Delaware chief named Tidiouskong. More than 50 years old, Tidiouskong has a long and tangled history with both the British and the French. He had once embraced Christianity. Baptized, he took the name Gideon and hoped this new faith would help him find a secure homeland for his people and himself. But a year into the French and Indian War, Tidiouskong left Christianity behind and turned to war instead, attacking British settlers moving onto land that had been stolen through fraudulent treaties. Waging war seemed the best way to send a message that he and his people are a power to be reckoned with.
This very ground that is under me was our land and inheritance. And was taken from us by fraud. And the Indians have suffered for it. We are not such fools.
The Indians could make peace, and the Indians could break peace when it is made.
In the summer of 1760, Britain prepares to take the last French holdout at Montreal. To do so, they must navigate the whitewater rapids of the St. Lawrence River. The trip is made all the more dangerous by passing through territory controlled by Canadian Mohawk, allied with the French. The Indians of North America are diverse nations with complicated, often conflicting interests. Mohawk in Canada have different allegiances than Mohawk in New York, who are part of a larger confederacy, the Iroquois Six Nations. It's these Indians that side with the British. As the British head down the St. Lawrence River, Iroquois diplomats go from village to village, convincing the Canadian Mohawk to stay neutral. The expedition owes its success to their efforts. But the Iroquois, the most valuable men on the expedition, were despised and distrusted by the Army's commander, General Jeffrey Amherst. Amherst orchestrates an impressive campaign. 3 British armies converge on Montreal at the same time. The British arrive with crushing force. The result is a bloodless surrender. After his victory at Montreal, the job of keeping order in the colonies is given to General Amherst, along with a knighthood. But Britain has not given Sir Geoffrey what he needs to do the job, leaving him to struggle with tight budgets and dwindling manpower. Amherst's job isn't made any easier by his view of the Indians. Though Indians were crucial to him in delivering the French surrender, Amherst has little regard for what he calls the savage enemy. Amherst orders a series of reforms. He restricts Indian access to ammunition, and to save the empire money, he curtails gift-giving, a time-honored custom. His aim is to transform the Crown's relationship with Indians from that of powerful allies into master and subjects. But the Indians do not see themselves as subjects, and they are wary of further encroachments on their land. They see the British building a tremendous stronghold called Fort Pitt on the forks of the Ohio, despite the Treaty of Easton, which promised no British settlement west of the Allegheny Mountains. There's growing talk of war. On the morning of June 2nd, 1763, warriors from the Ojibwe and Sauk nations are engaged in a heated game of bagatoué, or as the French call it, lacrosse. Only the Indians knew that a month earlier, Pontiac had inspired an Indian attack on Fort Detroit.
Make war upon them.
It was a sign of things to come. And now it comes to Michilimackinac.
Going instantly to my window, I saw a group of Indians within the fort. They were furiously cutting down and scalping every Englishman they found. The dying were writhing and shrieking under the knife and tomahawk. I was shaken, not only with horror but with fear. I found many of the French-Canadian inhabitants calmly looking on.
The attack at Michilimackinac would be repeated as one British outpost after another falls to the Indians, and this new war spreads across the land. Under Amherst's command, the British managed to lose all but 3 of their major forts in the backcountry to Indians inspired by Pontiac. Hundreds of soldiers and thousands of civilians are killed or taken captive. Sir Geoffrey is unable to keep order. He is relieved of his command. On November 17, 1763, Amherst heads home to England aboard a ship named the Weasel. Although Indian raids have subsided, the Pennsylvania frontier remains tense. In early December, Matthew Smith and friends from Paxton, Pennsylvania, report an exaggerated rumor of hostile Indians nearby. In fact, the Indians of Conestoga are peaceful farmers. On December 14th, 50 armed vigilantes descend on Conestoga. Instead of dozens, only 6 Indians were in the camp. They tracked down 14 more who have escaped and slaughtered them too, scalping the children for effect. The Paxton boys spread the word that they intend to kill every Indian in Pennsylvania. In an effort to end the bloodshed, the British and the Ohio Indians establish a truce.